Kiran, welcome to India today.
Thank you.
Firstly, many congratulations on
Thank you.
Laapataa Ladies becoming the official entry from India at the Oscars. Let's get the basics first. Where were you? What time did you find out? And what were you doing?
I was in my studio, actually in the next room. I was reading a script and I got a message, a WhatsApp message on my family group from a cousin of mine who said, congratulations, it's India's entry. So I said, really? That was my actual reply. Really? With 3 question marks, because I was like, I haven't had any intimation. So I was quite surprised. And then slowly, immediately all kinds of messages started coming in. So I realized that it was indeed true. So that was maybe 3-4 hours ago.
It takes a while for it to sink in.
It does.
Has it sunk in yet?
Not really. The phones have been ringing off the hook. I've been trying to keep up with answering people. Actually, I haven't had time to process it. The idea that actually it's India's entry for the Academy Awards, that it's such a humbling thing in a year when there were so many good films. Actually, every year it must be hard for the FFI to choose because we have films in so many languages, so many different genres. And this year as well, so I'm beyond delighted, and it's going to sink in.
Take all your time. There is no rush for you to get that feeling to sink in. But I want to take you back to the time when the film was being made, and I remember being one of the first ones to watch it.
Yes.
And we had that lovely chat post-release. At any given point in time when a filmmaker is making a film or writing it, right? Somewhere at the back of his mind, there is always that one day I'm on that stage. One day this film goes to the Oscars. I know actors who will go on in front of a mirror and do like a sketch and the award goes to. Do you have any of these stories?
Well, I have to admit, I have always dreamed of being the recipient of one of these great awards that really in some way validates your belief in the fact that you're telling stories for the world, you're telling stories for everyone, So in that sense, I am equally guilty of not maybe practicing speeches yet in the mirror, but, hoping and dreaming that I will be able to represent my country and my film will be able to reach an international audience. So I have daydreamed about it.
It's a great day for us to celebrate Indian cinema, right? It's great for us to sort of feel that sense of pride. But the road ahead also is tough. Absolutely. In terms of the film making it to the final list, then the Academy sort of voting. Talk to me a bit about that process. Do you have anything in mind in terms of how does one tackle that?
Well, we luckily have Aamir Khan Productions, Jio Studios, Netflix, a lot of great studios who have been part of the making and the journey of this film, who believe in the film strongly. So we will, now that the film has been chosen as India's entry, will start strategizing and creating a campaign. It is, like you said, incredibly difficult because there's so many countries that are being represented. It's not just expertise, but budgets and money put in. It's understanding how to position the film, getting through to the Academy members, and a lot of publicity, PR, and all the rest of it. So it's a long journey, and I am certainly very new to it. I watched it from the sidelines 24 years ago when Lagan went, but I had nothing to do with the campaign, so I don't know actually what happened. So now will be the time to actually ask Ashu and Aamir what they did, ask all the other years when, so many of my friends and colleagues have done this journey before. So learn some lessons from them going forward, yeah.
I also like the fact that how Aamir himself decided to stay at the back foot when the film was being made or when the film came out. You let the film speak for itself. You let the cast shine. You were very clear about the fact that I want the film to sort of be seen for what it is, right? But today when Aamir got this news and when you both got on a phone or you met him in person, what was he like? What was his reaction?
Well, Aamir is usually quite downplays things, but he was very delighted. And he was, he was like, Mubaraka, hum sabko, like, bahut Mubarak. And I first spoke to him on the phone and then I met him. He's in a screening, so I waited till the film got over and then met him. So he's over the moon. He's very happy. And honestly, he knows that the journey has only just begun. in terms of the campaign, but I think it's like I said, just being chosen as India's entry is in some way an award in itself.
Absolutely. And taking you back to Lagan, because Aamir again has an association with Oscars. It's so interesting, right? What's the most vivid memory from that year attending Oscars? Is it like feeling hungry? Are you like on the red carpet? Just like watching everybody, your jaws on the floor. How does it feel?
I didn't go for the Academy. I asked Aamir all these questions actually, and Aamir told, because Aamir and Ashu and I think a whole bunch of them, Anil Mehta and all, were together when they got the news. So they called all of us, like we were all the ADs on the film, so they called us to tell us, because in those days there was no internet, so we would have had to wait for the next day's newspaper. So when we heard, it was like, Oscars, what? And then when they came, when they started working towards it, and when they came back, of course we were watching the Academy Awards with bated breath that year. But I heard about what happens there, the getting members to see it, what kind of campaign you have to run, how the actual award ceremony happens, which is such a grand affair. And I mean, it was 23 years ago, but it's still equally, amazing how they put that ceremony together. So I have heard all the stories, and I'm hoping I'll have a chance to have some stories of my own.
The film has resonated with audience across the country, across the world, right? There's a reason for that, because at no point during the film did you feel like you were watching a message in the film. It almost felt so organic, right? And the fact that you haven't compromised on the integrity of the subject. What was it in your mind that you had when you were making the film that you were like, I don't want it to sound like it's full of social messaging, and it's entertaining, it's so funny, it has its light moments as well. Talk to me a bit about that process.
I really felt like the story itself is just so much fun. The idea of two girls, being on this journey and finding themselves while they're finding their way home. I knew that if I just communicated the excitement and, the fun of that adventure, people would be in for the ride. And when they were enjoying themselves, one could have, very subtly comment on things, or raise some questions, maybe open some perspectives. So we knew that the ride itself was going to be fun. This journey of the film was going to be fun, and that the messaging would never be at the forefront. I think that's the best way to play it, because people come to actually have a good time, to be entertained, like you said. And when they leave with something more than entertainment, then that's just return gift, a plus, and the fact that many people have told me they want to watch the film again and again, that's a huge compliment for me.
And I believe you girls got on a group chat, the cast got on a group chat, on a voice call.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much, Tushar. A great candid chat there with Kiran Rao, the maker-director of Laapataa Ladies. Of course, India rooting for its Oscar entry, the 97th Academy Awards.